Hello and welcome to my top 3 tips and tricks for Vampyr, the 2018 game by Don't Nod Entertainment. Let's begin. Step 1. What you want to do when you're going round is to use the map. Otherwise you will get lost a lot. Happened to me. You don't know where you're going and there are no indicators anywhere to help you. That is vitally important. If you are looking for people, use your vampire vision. But if just generally getting around, just use the map, please. Step 2. This is for 2. If you are in combat, you're going to want to have a style of play. There are a number of weapons to choose from, and an assortment, in fact. When you find weapons, see what works for you. There are a few different types that I can tell you of to start with. There's the standard, this weapon just does so much damage, it's going to kill people. The basic damaging weapon. A good example of this would be Newton's saber, if you just upgrade it down the damage path, like Milton's shotgun. There's also the stun weapon. As is demonstrated very early on in the tutorial section of the game, there is the used stake. It's your offhand weapon if you are using a one-hand weapon in your other hand. Your offhand weapon is the stun. It works, and it's good for if you're doing a biting build or anything like that. But if you're not doing a biting build, not that useful. So that's why there's the blood weapon. This is pretty much the same as the stun, but instead of applying stun, you absorb a little bit of blood through the attack. How? Don't ask me, but you do. Again, Newton's saber is very good for this. However, you can get a mixture. You can get stun, blood, damage. It'll be a jack of all trades weapon. Won't do insane damage, it'll do alright damage. Won't do much stun, but it'll do a little bit. Won't get you much blood, but you will get blood with every successful attack. It's up to you what you choose, but pick early if you can. Ideally, I would recommend having a two-handed weapon and a weapon with an offhand, or 2 sets of weapon offhand, as opposed to 2 two-handed weapons. Just my advice. Section number 3. That's right, 3. That's 3, not 6. 3. Oh. Either, be extreme here. Either you want to eat, embrace, consume, whatever you want to call it, lots of people, or you don't. They're like your 2 options, right? Yes, you could go down the middle road. You could eat a couple people, or you, eat a relative amount of people, whatever. Try to either, eat a whole bunch of people, or eat no people. Because I ate a couple people, and it guilt trips you for it. Not good. Great gameplay mechanic, not good for your conscience. Also not good if you're going for a pacifist run or anything like that. If you want the challenge, don't eat many people, or any people. But I would advise, from my own experience, I've embraced people. Check out the playthrough. I'll put a card up if I can. If I can't, there's a link in the description. Ooh, yes, I've embraced people before. And I don't just mean hugging. I have sank my fangs, Jonathan Reed's fangs, deep into their flesh. I went until they died. I've done it, and I mean that in the non-combat sense. I've been like, follow me. Surprisingly not as messy as you'd think. Anyway, it's eat no people, or not necessarily all the people, but a lot of the people. Just because it will either be easy or hard. I think I played it on medium, but every person you eat does affect the storyline. So if you want to get all the story, you've got to go through it with no people, with one person, with two people, with three people, and so on, until you've got all of the various combinations of people, and then you end up with all of the people. But that is a lot. That's a big time consumption. I would recommend either just going through it in a I'm not going to consume anyone, I'm a doctor first mode, or go through I'm a vampire now, that's what I am, we eat people, bitch, I eat people kind of mode. So they're my 3 top tips for Vampyr. If you want more, let me know. If you think they've been helpful, or you think they will be helpful, then feel free to let me know about that as well. That's entirely what the comments are for. And yeah, if you know anyone who plays Vampyr, share the video. If you don't, then just share the card or link, because Vampyr's awesome and I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you cats on the flip-flop. Goodbye!